Hey, it's Rob. Welcome to Axel's Garage right here today on a beautiful Sunday, right? Weather report, about 80. It's not too windy. It's the only thing annoying is now that this whole, we're like the stage 4 reopening from the pandemic, the planes are flying again, and we hear a plane about every 5 minutes going into Kennedy. So anyway, we're working on the K5. This is going to be the same for a C, K, V, R, any of the GMs, the old school GMs with the regular door handles here. We're getting this truck ready for paint. So we want to take this door handle off. We're going to replace it. Well, we're getting it ready. We're getting it ready for a wrap. Okay, so we're getting this door handle off. You can see it's old, it's pitted, it's scratched up. We're going to be replacing it with black ones if we could find them. And this is supposed to be a 10mm bolt here, and it's not. Look at that. So, I'm thinking 11. All right, and 11 it is. So if you're working on an earlier one, this is an 89. So in the 80s, GM went from standard SAE bolts to metric, and on a lot of vehicles, especially the mid to late 80s, they used a mixture of both, which this one definitely did. I got that one loose now. They used a mixture of both, and this vehicle is one of them. So that was an 11mm there, and I'm going to gamble that it's 11mm inside, but we can't get it to one inside until we put the window down all the way. If you can see here, on the inside with the window up, right here is where the bolt is that we need to take out, but the window bottom channel is right against it. So we need to get the keys and get this window down all the way. All right, so we have the door panels off, so we had to go grab a switch. We're gonna get this switch in there. It should be in enough to... You got the key on?
Yeah.
You sure? Sure you got the key on?
Yeah.
Positive?
Mm-hmm.
Go check. Alright, so we put the switch in on the passenger side, and the window ain't working. So now I'm going to put the switch in on the driver's side. We know the whole motor and regulator were on the fritz over there. But it did work a little bit. Alright, now it's working on this switch. Check that switch, Robbie. Maybe that switch never worked and we just never realized it. Ah, so I guess this switch, hang on. Let me unplug this switch.
I needed a flathead to get it off.
Oh man, it's tight like I can't believe. I bet that's it though. You need this switch on to send power over there. So we'll leave that switch on. Get that window down all the way, and I'll turn the ignition off. Alright, that window's down all the way. So if you got roll-up windows, you don't have to worry about all this nonsense.
You can get it good through here.
And yeah, so with the window, you want to show that? With the window down all the way, you have clear access now to the bolt that's there, right? You can see the glass. All right, so now come up, and that's an 11mm also. Right, that one's out. Now, okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you push the button in, and you could pull it out. Look at that. Hey, learn something new every day. Now, there is actually supposed to be a spring, I believe, on this pin. This pin is driven in with a punch, and there's supposed to be a spring on it. Now, there is several linkages. There's one here and there's one going down. If you can see well enough to get in there and disconnect the linkage that way, you can disconnect the linkage that way. We are going to disconnect the linkage on this one there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little hammer to tap that pin out, and I'm going to get a rag so that we can protect the door over here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this rag, and I'm going to tuck it under, just like that, because I don't want anything damaging the paint there. I'm going to take a little penetrating oil and hit it there. Now this pin looks to be the same on both sides. I don't think it really matters one way or the other which way you do it. So we'll go this way. See if I can get it to start moving. It is. I'll make sure I'm not messing anything up over there. Got it? Alright. And now I just have to get a smaller punch. Hold it out. Good. Now I just got to get a smaller punch to get it right in. For those of you really paying attention, this is a fuel pump push rod for a big block Chevy or a small block Chevy. I think they're the same. But this one's got a bend in it. It's a nice piece of hardened steel. It's good to use as a punch. Alright, so the same thing. We're going to go with the punch. And we just need to tap it through like that. The pin went out and this will come off. Just like that. Where'd our pin go? There's our pin. There's our pin and there's our gasket. There is a gasket between the body and the door handle. That was what was left of it. That's garbage. The pin we can take and just tap into so we don't lose it. We'll just tap it in line like that to hold it in place. Even though we're not going to reuse this, the new one will probably come with a new button and a new pin. And hopefully the spring that's supposed to be there. So when we do the install, you'll see where the spring is supposed to go.
Is it easy just to install like it was to take it out?
Yeah. And now we can take this and we can leave it in there. Now, how do we get the door open? All right. I think you got to grab it and you lift it up to get the door open. All right, so you still can get in the truck with the door handle. Let's try that. All right, so the door's shut and we want to get in it. So you grab this, and you go up, and it opens. All right, so we'll still be able to get in it. And now we got that off, so that we can. And is there a gasket there? No, it doesn't look like there's a gasket there. There should be a gasket on both ends, but not too hard. You just gotta, if your window doesn't go up and down, you might be screwed. So you gotta get that window going up and down so that you can get at those two bolts, 11mm. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's all we got from Axel's Garage today, and thanks for watching.